Jamal Okunbor, from Toronto, Canada, artist slash athlete actually. Born and raised, grew up on the south side of Jane, so Jane and Chitui by Black Creek area. I've been painting for 2.5 years now.
Hold on. So he gave us a real humble intro. 2 years and you're creating all of this.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
Wow.
2.5 years.
That's insane.
Drawing wise, probably like 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Drawing wise, but
So I guess there's a transition, and we'll get to that.
Okay.
But I noticed, I was looking at some of your Instagram posts, and I think it was in your stories and even some of your latest posts, that you hurt your right-handed.
Yeah.
But you hurt your right hand. I heard you dunked on someone, or was
Nah, well, it was basketball runs, private runs,
Okay.
and then I was trying to strip the ball from one of my friends. Just about to go for a shot, and then missing the ball, I ended up hitting his elbow. So he jammed the thumb real bad. So the thumb was really hurting. So I was like, I taped it up.
Yeah.
Ice when I got home, but trying to hold a pencil and draw, it was hurting.
couldn't hold it?
Couldn't hold it for too long. It was hurting. So I was like, you know what? Let me go try to transition to the left.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, wait, he's right-handed, but he could do art with his left. And some of your latest posts, I think your last post, said another left-hand creation.
Yeah.
So a couple of the last couple have been left-hand. So wow, there's no difference. Well, I can't really see.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
I see it. I see it. Big. It's a big difference. It's a real big difference. But I went to school at Humber College.
Okay.
Played ball there too for a year.
Nice.
For a year.
What year?
2013, 2014.
Okay.
And then I left and I went to Loyalist College. It's in Belleville.
Okay.
So not too far from Kingston, like 45-minute drive from Kingston.
Okay.
So I went there and did study animation. And I also played ball there for 3 years for OCAA. And one of my professors, she taught us how to paint and draw your left hand. So those are part of our warm-ups. They said,
do it with your left.
So they said, put your dominant hand behind your back and draw your left hand. So we used to have like models. And we would like, all right, you have like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute to 5 to 10 minutes, left hand. And that was our warm-up. Quick poses, that's our warm-up.
So those lessons came in
handy.
Came in handy.
It did.
So would you consider yourself, I mean, I used to play ball too, and I would get like bad jams or whatever. Luckily I never broke any of my fingers. Didn't break anything, thank God. But yeah, I know that when your thumbs jam, or normally for me it was like my ring finger, middle fingers.
Same.
And then I couldn't like hold the toothbrush properly.
Yep.
So I know the trick was to like brush your teeth with your left hand. Even when you're working on your game, I remember an OG told me, yo, son, you gotta work on your left hand.
Exactly.
Or brush your hair, do everything with your left hand. That's crazy that you got that lesson in school and it came back to help. So you consider yourself like ambidextrous now?
Not really. Playing basketball kind of, because I could still shoot with my left hand too.
Oh, that's sick.
So I kind of taught myself that through the course of playing ball.
Yeah.
And so because I know I was going to need it, but not really.
Okay.
I could write with my left, but it's not as clear as the right.
Okay.
But I could use it if I needed to.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you kind of said that you took, sounds like you took art in school, but let's go maybe a couple steps back.
Before,
so maybe I kind of ask this to everyone.
Yeah.
Like, do you have other creatives in your family, like siblings or parents or cousins? Or sometimes I notice it flows within the family, but I think one person takes it
seriously. Yeah. Majority of some of my cousins were into graffiti.
Okay, yeah.
My mom loved to design wedding gowns, dresses.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, she wanted to become something into fashion or designing wedding gowns. But She never took it serious after that because she had me. And then my cousins used to like graffiti their basement walls. And so every time I used to go spend some time with them over the weekend, so they watch me when I was younger. So go downstairs and look at the basement walls and just full of graffiti from like, because they're a lot older than me, so they're more into like the 90s era.
Yeah, yeah.
So I used to see all like the Adidas signs and like
like the logo.
the logos all over, the tags, the throw up signs, everything. So I was like, this is fascinating. So I was like, I took to it.
Yeah, yeah.
So then from there, I used to watch traveling to tournaments. You always see a few graffitis on the train station when in certain alleyways. So I would like stop and look at it and try to figure out the wording.
Yeah.
And see if I can actually understand it because it's like a different language to me.
Yeah, for sure. It still is.
Yeah, it still is, but
it's intriguing.
It's very intriguing about the bright colors and all the crazy characters they come up with. I'm like, these are cool. So like, I wonder if I could do it. I'll try to learn it. So I used to like doodle in classrooms, not too much, but see if I could do it. I used to draw a lot of animals.
Okay.
Because I was into animals, but I had to. I was trying to figure things out, but basketball was the main source. It was my main source.
That's key. Actually, funny enough, the last interview I did was a football player who's also an artist. He plays in the CFL.
Yeah,
way more. Got a chance to see that.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how athletes, they get put in a box, but once you open up the lid to that box, you find out these athletes are so diverse.
Very
a lot of their skills on the field, on the court, can transfer over to art.
It really can. Yeah.
Would you feel like, well, did someone say you should go, because you, like you just mentioned, you took art class. Did you go to art?
No.
Okay.
So let's go way back. When I was born here, my mom sent me back to Trinidad.
Okay.
To live with my grandma and my aunt and her sisters. So I lived there for like probably 7 years.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of adapted to the Caribbean culture. So like when you're going to school, fresh clothes, uniform has to be clean, fresh.
Yeah,
to be
uniform, right?
Yeah, uniform. I had like a shirt and a tie, and it has to be ironed the day before. And if it's dirty or scuffy, it's a problem. You're gonna hear it. So I learned that aspect, and the learning culture is a lot faster than over in North America.
Yeah.
Like, they learn everything a lot more advanced.
I've heard that, yes.
So I gravitated that, but the art-wise down there, it was very colorful.
Okay.
And until I came back to Canada, to Toronto, and I'm living in a Toronto housing, that's when the sports took over.
Okay.
So
I'm sure, like, your friends, you're meeting new kids.
They're playing something. They're playing. There's only football or basketball or soccer.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty much it.
Okay.
So there's a lot of football fights, basketball fights.
All right.
A lot of that, but it made me who I am. And from there, it just took off. And then school-wise, I didn't take art seriously. It was just strictly sports.
Okay.
Strictly sports, enjoying high school throughout that. And then until like after high school, my high school football coach, who was also my graphic design teacher, he told me, he's like, what do you want to do after high school? I was like, to be honest, bro, I didn't even know.
You weren't thinking that.
I wasn't thinking that far. I didn't know if I was going to graduate, because after I graduated, like in 4 years, they said you could come back for extra leaper just to see what you want to do. After after graduating, no one in all my friends graduated in my class.
Wow.
Only probably 2 or 3 of us that were core, but the majority of the culture was usually Asians and the Indians and the whites, but black it was very slim.
Wow.
So mom was like, yo, you better get your education, graduate so you can get something else. So I was like, my teacher's like, I tried to go to Humber. I went for 3D animation, did a year. Struggled a little bit because I couldn't balance the 3D animation aspect of it and also basketball.
Yeah, it's tough.
It was tough because you're learning so many programs, and I never knew any of these programs existed.
You're coming in fresh.
And the guys that were already in there, they were already in it from high school.
At the back, yeah.
They had everything, so it was a struggle. So I ended up leaving that year. The year after, I went to Loyalist, took the same program, but it was still hands-on, but the ratio, not even the ratio, the classes were smaller. They're really dense.
Yeah.
So
you can get with the professor a little bit more one-on-one.
Yep, very true. And then on top of that, majority of them worked in industry. So I had one professor worked for Jurassic Park, the first one that came out.
Damn.
He was like one of the lead artists for the dinosaurs.
Oh wow.
Then after we had one that worked for Roly Polioli.
So you got some heavy hitters,
yeah.
Teaching.
And then I had one that does her own storybooks, and she's a full-time author, a part-time author, while she's teaching and being a mother. And she was my life drawing teacher. And then so I had a great core of professors to teach me a lot of good things. And then even at Humber, I had one that worked for Disney.
Wow.
On top of that, so he was coaching me, helping me too. So I had a strong core of a lot of people to help me throughout. But I told myself I didn't want to sit in front of a computer for like 12 hours a day. Couldn't do it. It wasn't me at all. So I was like, let me see what I could do after I graduated.